What up, family? Get on News Port American. That's Tony Murda Lee. Today is Thirsty Thursday in my city, Chicago. Thanksgiving, November the 25th, 2021. So they say. I'd like to go over these client contracts that I received from Feather Fist. One in 2017 and one in 2021 just yesterday. And to tell you why I know I'm still being railroaded and some things that transpired also. If you are a lonely person on Thanksgiving, back in the day, we used to go to AA meetings, and people bring a potluck, and people show up who don't have family to my AA meeting on Greenleaf and Clark in my city, Chicago, in the Rogers Park neighborhood where I got railroaded out of after putting in all that good support and accumulating a lot of money off my good name and upstanding in the community. And then, of course, ended up getting railroaded May 31st, 2008 on Devon and Clark in Rogers Park, the same area that I accumulated a lot of money for. They claim I disarmed a police officer, something I did not do. They basically just wanted to railroad me for my AA money, my rap money, and everything else that I'm, worth as far as, just whatever I touch. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever I wear, whatever I like, because people tend to want what you have, and when they get it, they don't want it no more. Kind of like they wanted me, and now they don't want me no more at this Feather Fist program that I'm at, and they're trying to find a way to get rid of me. So I have to tell you about the different client, contract, which I was always doing lease. I was never doing contract. Contracts are for killers, I believe, or con artists, or people that try to extort you and stuff like that. That has never been my cup of tea, so to speak. But they put me in this government program, forced me in my hand to be able to, be a part of this goofy stuff, something I should have been a part of when I was a teenager and I really needed the help. They waited till I accumulated all my wealth, robbed me of it and stuff, and left me pretty much for dead. All right, so this is the contract from May 31st, 2017. After they railroaded me out the AA must have seen meeting and charged me for trespassing at an AA meeting, something you cannot do. You understand what I'm saying? But the whole system's corrupt. That's what Little Kim said in her song Slipping. The whole system's corrupt. And it is. I've come to find that out. Now, on this 2017 so-called contract, as you can see the close-up, they typed in Mary Davis. I believe I supposed to have signed that. But because when I first got here, I was in dire need of housing and stuff because, like I said, they railroaded me out of AA meeting, took me to a police station, first district, had me sleeping on the floor for Mother's Day because somebody just don't like me, some guy or some mother or whatever the case may be. You understand what I'm saying? Got it out for me. And I've been catching hell all my life, basically, because they want my legacy and stuff. And, they try to get rid of you by any means necessary. And Malcolm X said the price of freedom is death, and they definitely trying to do that because they held me down the day after Mother's Day in 2016, which was May 9th on the Sike ward, someplace I shouldn't have been. And they gave me all kind of psychotropic drugs to the point that I know they gave me cancer and the top of my head. You understand what I'm saying? Is proof of that. So I have to keep my hair low just to look halfway decent and not crazy because that's what they trying to, present me as to the public or whatever and stuff. And they starting the game over, whatever, and got these young people, feeling some kind of way. But it's this group called Dead Prez and they song called Wolf. And I'll put it in the description of this, they album, Let's Get Free. That whole album is good. Now people say the right things to gain your position, and a lot of people fall for it thinking they have their best interests at heart when they don't. They just basically, trying to finesse you and get you to, turn up or whatever the case may be. Long story short, I got out the psych ward in 2016, needed housing. I had none for real, for real. Had to take a bunch of Social Security checks that was in my mailbox that I had, a P.O. box at the time for about 10 years. And they had stacked up in my P.O. box while I was being railroaded in 2016 on the psych ward at the Cook County Jail and administered psychotropic drugs and the cancer that they gave me or whatever and stuff. Long story short, I got out, good behavior, never was strapped down or whatever and stuff, even though I was provoked all along, but not to the point where, they could kill me, and they was trying. One time I was supposed to go to court, and they put a lot of psychotropic drugs into my food, and if I had eaten it, you know what I'm saying, I would have been dead and wouldn't have been able to go to court. So they look at a lot of gangster movies and TV, and, people do all kind of sinister stuff. So I didn't eat it. I survived, and I don't even think I went to court that day because, I was frustrated and stuff, but I ended up having to go, while I was on the psych ward and woo out the bam. Eventually they transferred me to Division 4 at the Cook County Jail. And as soon as somebody offered me some commissary because they had stolen my money, the police, the first district police station, and a whole lot of stuff that I had on me, on my person, as far as me being homeless and stuff, because when you're homeless, that's all you got. And they stole that. And I didn't have any money for commissary. So they put me on, trying to test me again, put me on Division 4. And somebody offered me some commissary. And as soon as they offered me some commissary, here come the doctor talking about, you got to go back to the psych ward because you haven't been taking your medication. Now, I was there about a month and I hadn't taken no medication because you have documents that you can sign, why you don't need medication for the simple fact, I don't drink, drugs, smoke, or fornicate. And it's part of my AA for real, for real. And I have over 20 years, of sobriety, on Christmas and stuff. So somebody didn't like that, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't like the look that I was in AA on Mother's Day, sober but homeless, and people knew me and they didn't want to face me, basically, you understand? So they trying to find a way to get rid of me. That's basically what this contract situation is or whatever and stuff, and with the Fellowfist program and the so-called community where I reside, 6210 South Kembark Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60637, apartment 308. Now, with the contract, I should have signed my name instead of them typing that in. Now, in 2016, when I went to the police station on Mother's Day, I told the police lady, who was a black lady, I said, excuse me, ma'am, my name is Mary Lee Davis, okay? But, just like this say, Davis Mary, my first name is not Davis, first of all. And, my name is Mary Lee Davis on this contract. But I was real nice, and I told the police lady, I said, my name is, Mary Lee Davis, not Mary Davis. That's all it took for them to put me in a room by myself, no toilet, no sink, no bed, no nothing. Just a hole in the wall where people a hole in the floor where people defecated and, urinated at. And I did not, do neither one of them because, I had to have a little respect for, myself being a mother of rap, if anything. You understand what I'm saying? I do believe my eggs was also stolen because I've been experimented on and all that also. That's another story though. Long story short, they thought when they got me in this Fellowfist program, the guy that, signed his name on here, which is Steve, whatever his name is, you understand his last name is, it's complicated, but if it come down to it, I'll put it on the bottom of this or whatever the case. And I have other documentation with his last name. I've never seen no ID or nothing, so these people just whoever to me. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know them, put it like that. They extortioners. You understand what I'm saying? Now, he knew I needed a place to stay because when I got out of the psych ward or whatever, after they transferred me from, the Cook County Jail to Elgin, they thought I was going to turn up there. And I asked the lady when I got there, even though they were still violating me by sticking drugs in me, knowing I had wrote grievance after grievance telling them I don't do drugs, they still did it. And I said, well, what's the shortest time that I could stay in Elgin before I get out? If I do all the things that's required of me. They said 1 month. And it was hard in Elgin for that 1 month. It was cold in the rooms. I was, being violated every which way as far as, the drug thing was, sticking it in my arms or whatever and stuff. I couldn't refuse that because, I would still be there. So I got out within a month and they wanted to put me in a nursing home. And I said, no, my mother died at Belmore's nursing home by the hands of nurses and stuff like that. So they thought about it, and then they put me in they gave me a referral to Pacific Garden Mission, and that's the worst mission there is in my city, Chicago. It's terrible. I stayed, maybe I think it was 2 nights, and then someone told me to go check my mailbox that I had for 10 years, and that they closed down since I've been at this location, 6210 South Kembark Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60637. Apartment 308, the Feather Fist program, because my so-called manager, Steve, said, oh, you don't need the P.O. box no more. Whoop, wop the bam. And I'm like, no, I'm going to keep it and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because, I've had it this long, but they railroaded me out of that because they noticed when I got out, them checks was stacked up and I was able to go to a motel on Cicero and stay sober during the holidays, which was from November to like February. Then I ended up going to a place called Sarah Circle, and they found me some crack house to stay at for about a month or two. And then I ended up going to another place, and then I ended up here. And to bring it full forward, you understand what I'm saying? By this time, I'm tired as a mother, you know what? And, I didn't feel like arguing in 2017 about my name, that I should have signed at the top because it says I, but they printed it in, and that's illegal. You understand what I'm saying? I should, because just like it say I right here, and I printed it right here, I should have been able to do the same up here, but they did it up on top to irritate me and stuff. So this old contract that I signed when I first got here, 5/31/2017, it has 8 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, they told me this was a drug-free program, and that's the only reason why I really, understand what I'm saying, went for it or whatever and stuff. Even though, the name at the top is wrong, understand what I'm saying? I try to do my best, right, by not being confrontational. So I signed off on this, and they said it's a drug-free program. And I'm going to read it right fast where it says it at. It says, I will demonstrate to my case manager that I am addressing any substance abuse, mental health, or domestic violence issue that may be interfering with my self-determination to become self-sufficient. Now, since I've been here, I've been attacked. I just was attacked yesterday by some gang bangers or whatever, and they say in the contract that they said where it said right here, it says something about the children. It says right here, it says, I will not engage in any aggressive behavior, verbal or physical, with any Feather Fist staff, other program participants, or with any children at any time. There's no children in this building and stuff, but yesterday some children in the neighborhood, after I did a video, attacked my bag, and I had to run away and stuff because I can't be, because that'll break the contract, right? How convenient. So this contract is the revised version. This has 9 kind of like points to it. So they upgraded it, and he didn't tell me about what he added on. And it says, I understand that I will not engage in any illegal drug activity while a participant of this program. I further understand that if I choose to engage in any activity, it will be grounds for immediate termination from the program. You understand? Now, I don't drink, drug, or smoke, or fornicate, but they drink, drug, or smoke up in here all day. Now, why did he add this when they just told me not too long ago, a lady by the name of, Stacy, that's running the program, that, this is not a sober environment and stuff? Why did he add this? You understand what I'm saying? See, this is the problem I'm having. But I thought they only revised, my name, Mary Lee Davis or whatever and stuff, because I wanted him to revise that or whatever, because my name is Mary Lee Davis, but so are a lot of other people. You understand? So I did a video in the hallway, and sure enough, it coincides with this one, and some people in the community, the kids, did attack me, try to get me to, turn up or whatever and stuff. And the police is behind this. And with that, this is your Ghetto News reporter, Mary Lee -20 Mary Lee. Peace.